Hello, I'm Doug Reeder, and I'm here representing Hooked on Books for Kids. And today's book is going to be the Chronicles of Harris Burdick that I'm going to read from. It's actually the second book in a series. The first book was entitled The Mysteries of Harris Burdick. And I'll explain why there's two books when I read. This is the original introduction to The Mysteries of Harris Burdick. I saw the drawings in this book a year ago. Now, who's speaking is the author of this book, Chris Van Allsburg. I saw the drawings in this book a year ago in the home of a man named Peter Wenders. Though Mr. Wenders is retired now, he once worked for a children's book publisher, choosing the stories and pictures that would be turned into books. 30 years ago, a man called at Peter Wenders' office, introducing himself as Harris Burdick. Mr. Burdick explained that he had written 14 stories and had drawn many pictures for each one. He brought with him just one drawing from each story, just to see if Wenders liked his book. Mr. Wenders was fascinated by the drawings. He told Burdick that he would like to read the stories that went with them as soon as possible. The artist agreed to bring the stories the next morning. He left the 14 drawings with Wenders that he brought that day, but he did not return the next day or the day after that. Harris Burdick, in fact, was never heard from again. Over the years, Wenders tried to find out who Burdick was and what had happened to him, but he discovered nothing. To this day, Harris Burdick remains a complete mystery. His disappearance is not the only mystery left behind. What were the stories that went with these drawings? There are some clues. Burdick had written a title and caption for each picture. When I told Peter Wenders how difficult it was to look at the drawings and their captions without imagining a story, he smiled and left the room. He returned with the dust-covered cardboard box. Inside were dozens of stories, all inspired by the Burdick drawings. They'd been written years ago by Wenders' own children and their friends. I spent the rest of my visit reading these stories. They were remarkable, some bizarre, some funny, some downright scary. In the hope that other children will be inspired by them, the Burdick drawings are reproduced here for the first time. Well, they're reproduced here in this book for the second time, and the reason why the second book exists is that Chris Van Allsburg had 14 authors tell the story of each of these Harris Burdick pictures. And some of them are famous authors like Stephen King and his wife Tabitha. Anyway, I wanted to show you the drawings. This one is entitled Archie Smith, Boy Wonder. A tiny voice asks, "Is this the one?" That's the first one. I'm going to get rid of the cover of this so I can go through this a little easier. Second one, Under the Rug. 2 weeks passed and it happened again. Number 3. A strange day in July. He threw with all his might, but the third stone came skipping back. Number 4. Missing in Venice. Even with her mighty engines in reverse, the ocean liner was pulled further and further into the canal. Number 5, another place, another time. If there was an answer, he'd find it there. Number 6, Uninvited guests. His heart was pounding. He was sure he had seen the doorknob turn. Number 7. The harp. It's so true, he thought. It's really true. Some of these you have to look at closely to see what's going on, and I'm not going to explain them. I'm going to let you discover them for yourself. Mr. Linden's library. He had warned her about the book. Now it was too late. Number 9. The 7 chairs. The 5th one ended up in France. This one is a scary nun. Number 10. The 3rd floor bedroom. It all began when someone left the window open. This one you have to look very close. Number 11, just dessert. She lowered the knife and it grew even brighter. Number 12, Captain Torrey. He swung his lantern 3 times and slowly the schooner appeared. Number 13, Oscar and Alphonse. She knew it was time to send them back. The caterpillar softly wiggled in her hand, spelling out goodbye. And the last one, and this is the story that's written by Stephen King, The House on Maple Street. It was a perfect liftoff. So there you have it. It's the Chronicles of Harris Burdick. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.